Regionalism in the Bay Area is absolutely essential. First of all of the things that we are involved with, the services, are all regional in character. Air knows no boundaries. Transportation knows no boundaries. The Bay knows no boundaries. So they are all our common inheritance, and we all have a responsibility to work together to preserve them. The reasons for ABAG's formation were severalfold. First of all, everybody wanted to was concerned about the Bay. The Bay was being filled in, much had already been filled in, more was going to be filled in, and certainly that was common to every jurisdiction, and we needed to preserve the Bay. That was certainly number one. But secondly, the transportation system is a network, and we needed to have a common approach and a cooperative approach in order to build and design the kind of transportation system that really will serve this great metropolitan area. The communities had not always cooperated as well as they might together on common issues. Take, for example, fire. We needed to communicate with each other in a great fire, as we did in 1991 when the Oakland Hills fire occurred. And we found at that time that not everything worked collectively. And as a result, the communications and other things needed to be perfected. So the services that also are involved with the 9 Bay Area counties are also in common to all of the jurisdictions, and we needed to work together on those.
When you look at the 50-year history of ABAG, what are some of the accomplishments that have happened that stick in your mind?
There are so many, but let's start with number one. It's planning. Planning for the growth, planning for the transportation system, planning for how we utilize our resources, planning together on how we, in these periods of very tight resources, how we maximize our resources among our jurisdictions. All of those are certainly some of the reasons. This is an area that is very concerned about its environment, as it must be, because we are a 9 Bay Area county region, and we share a lot of the air. We have many days, for example, in the past when we had spare the air days, and today they're remarkably reduced because of the cooperation between the jurisdictions. So there's a very great concern about the environmental quality of our life here in the Bay Area. Let me give you one example. The Bay Trail around the Bay. Now that, of course, was legislation that was carried at the state level, but in order to carry that very complex project out, it really took the cooperation and planning of all the jurisdictions, and ABAG certainly played a very major role in that. That's just one small example of the kind of cooperation that we've had over time that has made a profound difference in the quality of life in our region. I was president of the board of ABAG, and I was honored to serve in that capacity. And it was an interesting time because there was concern. It was a period when our economy wasn't achieving what it should be achieving. We weren't necessarily cooperating as well together, particularly the major cities. And it was during that period that we brought up representatives from the Los Angeles basin to just give us an overview of how they regarded the Bay Area. And we met down in Carmel and over a weekend. And it was really interesting because they said, we don't understand your region. You don't work as well together, and it isn't achieving what you can achieve if you really were on a common page. And out of that grew the Bay Area Economic Forum, which was a cooperative effort not only between ABAG but the Bay Area Council to really correct that situation. And we have done much better since then in really cooperating on economic development and all of the other issues that affect economic development of our region. Well, as you know, the MTC was set up by state legislation, and it serves really two functions of planning and financing the transportation infrastructure of the Greater Bay Area. And prior to that, certainly ABAG had responsibility for planning, but we really didn't have the coordination over the financing to the extent that MTC was established to carry out. And MTC has done a wonderful job of really prioritizing the projects, using our very scarce resources that come to us from the federal government as well as the state government, and applying those to the best locations and the best circumstances that are common to the entire Bay Area. First and most important thing is the long-range strategic plan that MTC has responsibility for and was updated most recently in 2009. It really is the basis on which we can work together cooperatively as the money is available to complete many of these projects. So I would say that is the number one issue and the number one accomplishment of MTC is getting together a plan that best serves the greater 9 Bay Area counties. One of the great things that ABAG undertook was joint services that helped our counties and cities of the region. Things in financing, things in energy conservation and energy purchasing, insurance, etc. Those things that have a greater value if you can group cities together and counties together and thereby get a better financial circumstance as a result of it. So we've offered a number of those services. They've been phenomenally successful, and we're really very proud of what ABAG has accomplished in that regard. Well, we started in that period this whole services program, and for example, the purchase of natural gas, which was a good example, which saved the cities and counties considerable amounts of money. We undertook the insurance pooling. We undertook the joint financing during that period. So those were all developed and grew out of that decade or so of development of these common services that would serve everybody. The things I'd like to have the citizens understand is that no jurisdiction can achieve anything alone. Collectively, we can achieve many things. The region, if it works together and pulls together, it can accomplish a lot. And that's really what ABAG has done, and that's the thing that I'm most proud of. And I believe that it's done an excellent job of doing just that. First of all, I just want to say happy birthday to ABAG. I can't believe it's been 50 years, but it's been 50 golden years. We've done a great job. I'm very proud of all of the staff and all of the members who have served, many members over many years, to given up an awful lot of meetings to help plan and help develop this region. And you all deserve a great deal of credit, and you all deserve to celebrate many accomplishments. Happy birthday. I believe we're in a period of extreme resource scarcity. And as a result, we're going to have to work together much more closely than we even have in the past. We're going to have to look at everything from fire service to crime to financing to reorganizations to many things, because the money isn't there. And ABAG can be a leader in helping to bring the communities together and achieve a common goal of achieving a lot more with a lot less.
Anything else you want to add, Dick?
Well, I just want to also say congratulations to MTC. The transportation system in the Bay Area is just so vital to every citizen. And I just think that the plan and the efforts that they've done in planning and applying the resources has been phenomenal. And I just, again, want to congratulate all of the members of MTC, from staff to all of the participants, on their 40th anniversary.